Ryan Little.
With no milk, girl.
No
Like everybody was in my cut. Everybody keep worried about what's in my cut, man. Worry about what's in your cup.
Isn't that water, playboy?
Yeah, worry about what's in my cup. You know, you focus on what's in your cup.
Yeah, dig.
Hey, what's good, fam? Welcome back to the
Deuce.
AIROMA Pod, man. It's kiing.dg, and I'm here with.
You here with Deuce?
And who else am I here with again?
You already know it's good with a J.
Here to bring you some interesting, spicy topics, man. And you know how we're gonna kick it off, man. Today, it's sad to say, like,
Nah, bro.
how you wanna kick it off, bro? I'm gonna let you start. I'm gonna let you start it off, bro.
We just gonna start it off like
I'ma let
this.
you start it
I
off, bro.
know y'all seen Stephen A. say that if Bron pulled up on him, he was gonna swing on him.
That's what he said.
He said he was gonna swing on Bron.
He said that for real?
That's what he
He
said.
said
He
if
said
Bron put his hands on me, I would swing on him.
You said that
I
verbatim?
verbatim, I would swing on him.
That's what he
That's
said.
what he said.
You think he'll swing on for real?
Now, granted, let me preface this. He did say, but right before this, he said he would get beat up. But he did say he would swing on him.
So
Yeah, he said he was swinging. Basically, he said he ain't going out like no chump. He said, because what he said was like, y'all want to see another Will Smith and Chris Rock situation, except for I would have hit back. I ain't going out like Chris Rock. That's exactly what he said.
I mean, that's the energy he had for
That's what he
Bron.
said.
It's for Bron.
Did that come out of nowhere? Or like they asked it, or like what happened?
It's because Brian went on the what show? He went on some show, some
Pat
McAfee.
McAfee
yeah,
show.
they don't get no love over here, man. But I'm just playing, y'all. Shout out to y'all. It's just a joke.
Dead ass. But go
It's
ahead.
a joke. It's a joke. But no, though, he went out there and he was just giving his little piece or whatever. You feel me? But me personally, I still think Bron is wrong.
Oh wow, this a Lakers fan saying this. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
What did
why
Bron say?
So why do you think Bron is wrong?
cause he shouldn't have run up on bro like that, bro. That's
So he
just
just
me.
should have just. So what you think he should have
Talk to him privately.
just brought him to the side?
Talk to him privately.
You
cuz.
just it shouldn't have been no on site.
Nah, it shouldn't have been on site. Like, nah, it ain't had to be.
When in the middle of the game,
It was like
third
literally
quarter,
like
bro.
in the middle of the third quarter. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, Bron did snap when he posted that clip of that video.
He posted
Stephen
a video of
A.
Stephen
Yeah,
A. boxing.
that's on my. They
Crazy,
petty.
that shit crazy.
This is
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, but one thing that I will say though, I don't think is because Pat McAfee show, for y'all who don't know, Pat
Yeah,
McAfee
I just didn't know his name.
is his show is like a podcast setup type of show, but it comes on ESPN, and it comes on ESPN right after First Take, the show that Stephen A. is on. And so literally Stephen A. and them went, and then right after that, Bron had went on Pat McAfee show and did that interview with him and his
I ain't even look at it like that.
His
it's
comrades.
And so I'm like, this was all aired on ESPN. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, do they have smoke, whatever? Do they not like each other, like Stephen A. said? What, I don't know. But is they definitely getting money off this? For sure. Because we talking about them right now.
Mayan.
So you
They
think it's
get the
entertainment?
Mayan.
Oh, they definitely got entertainment factor in this. Even though Stephen A. acting like he don't want to talk about all that, he definitely said, after he said, like, I was swinging on him, I was like, oh, he definitely trying to monetize
But
this.
and then even Bron tried to make it seem like Stephen A. wrong for going and talking about it. Like, he said he didn't want to talk about it, but come on, cuz. Of course we all know Stephen A. gonna talk about it, bro. This is his job. Like, come on now. I don't know what.
I mean, Bron said, like, you know, you the first person that want to talk about it.
Facts.
So, yeah, do you think it's real or no?
I think it's real, but you just made a good point how they both air on ESPN, so they low key probably cross paths that day or whatever.
They probably didn't. I'm just saying, like this is definitely purposeful as far as, like, money-wise.
Like
Not, like,
dragging,
yes,
yeah,
like,
dragging on.
intentions is the same, but I don't know if they really sat down and planned this out.
No.
But like
it's just
they
you
let
gon-
this happen like
of
this,
course,
like
and
they
then
they
it's-
planned
For
it out.
sure.
and then it's always like black versus black type. That's how I kind of look
That
at
was
it.
my only thing I was gonna say too
So,
about Brian, bro.
black
I'm
versus
really
black.
mad that out
He
of
gave him an
everybody,
opportunity to.
bro, out of everybody that literally talked about Bronny and LeBron, why you go after Stephen A?
So I thought about this, right? One thing everybody already know before the show went off, everybody knows Skip was the predominant, you know what I'm saying? Skip Bayless was the predominant Brian hater. But he never did this with Skip, right? But the one thing that LeBron saying your name is going to do is bring you money. And so I'm like, people can look at this like disrespect, but I never seen Bron say nobody name. And Stephen A. just signed a multi-million-dollar contract with ESPN.
So basically, what you're trying to say is LeBron respects Stephen A. Smith.
I think that LeBron respects him a lot more than he respects Skip Bayless enough to say his name and enough to, because like we seen this in rap battles. Like I'm an Eminem fan. Like Eminem has said people names and said like I'm giving you money by saying your name. Like I'm bringing so much hype to you because I'm such a big person. And so
Facts.
people around the world right now is talking about Stephen A. Smith. Like, which Stephen A. Smith is a big name, don't get me wrong. But like he getting way more clicks this week.
Because of Lebanon
Because
James.
because Bron went on a platform that's nationally televised. Because everybody's talking about, oh, he went on Pat McAfee. Whatever. Like, this is a nationally televised platform that's on ESPN. And he is talking about his public beef with Stephen A. Smith. Come on now. He's had problems with other reporters, but like, come on, bro. They definitely had a whole bunch of views on YouTube when Stephen A. was addressing all that. Like, people is watching this, bringing them clicks. I'm not saying that he don't not like dude, but he not just gonna he not just gonna give him that satisfaction if he don't have some inkling of, you know what I'm saying? Cause Brian know he putting money in his pocket. Like, he bringing him attention.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional though. I think he genuinely felt some type of way.
Oh, for
and
It
sure.
was
pulled
on
him to the
site,
side.
yeah.
For sure.
I felt like it was on site when he sang.
I'm being honest. I don't think he sat down and thought about all that. That's just a reality. But I don't think he sat down and like was conscious of all that. He just
I think when he
looked like a
doubled down,
dad for real.
I think when he doubled down on Pat McAfee, cause I ain't really like the interview was like an hour long, bro. I ain't heard.
Yeah, I
Bron
ain't even
do
watched the whole
something
thing,
like that
bro.
in
I ain't gonna lie.
You feel what I'm saying? Dolo, like I watched that whole jump. I was like, yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and finish
But-
it, but
And that's not the only thing they was talking about, but they
Yeah,
actually
they talked
talked
about
about
a lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I could just tell. I don't really see Bron that open as far as talking about public situations.
nope.
And so I think
Did he
that was.
have a
I think
choice?
that was. He. It was definitely
Yeah,
times.
he had a
it was
choice.
questions that he clearly deflected, and he was like, he said his little jump, and he was like, "That's all I'm gonna say about that." But it was questions that he elaborated on, and it was the ones he elaborated on. You feel what I'm saying? He could have deflected, and they could have just kept asking different questions.
True, but I'm
instead.
saying as in like it was just so visually, like not staged, but it was just so.
I don't think it was state.
I'm not saying it was staged. I'm just saying it was so obvious.
Right.
So it's like you don't have to address it, but it's like
It's the elephant in the room.
yeah, basically like go ahead.
I
and
get what
this-
you're saying.
Go ahead and get this out.
I
the
see
way.
what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if he didn't want to talk about it, then I don't think he would have even did the interview, especially after stepping it, bro. Cause who not gonna ask him about it? Like, that was less than a couple weeks ago,
No, that's a fact. He wanted to talk about it.
for sure.
Because Brian don't want to talk on anybody else podcast any other time. So I felt like he really went out there to only talk about that. They gonna talk about other stuff, but because what other reasons you out there, Brian?
I mean, I thought that's what it was. I thought that's what it was. The main purpose was.
But I'm
so.
saying the whole episode won't pertain
Oh,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
to me, that was what it's mainly
I
about.
see what you're saying. Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that.
Because Brian don't do podcast. Bro, the only
Brian do his own thing.
the
Yeah,
last
Brian-
time Brian did a podcast was with JJ Redick or The Shop. He don't do no other.
So he
Which
also
only is both of them jumps was his. So
he also framed this into kind of broadcast the news that they're coming out with season 2 of their podcast with Steve Nash instead of
For
JJ
real?
Redick. Yeah, y'all ain't hear about that?
I ain't finished watching the
Yeah.
episode, so
Yeah. So Steve Nash, I heard about that before I even watched the episode, but yeah, they doing season 2 and it's gonna be him and Steve Nash.
it's gonna be Braun and Steve Nash.
Yes.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah. If y'all ain't watched the
So then
interview
after-
with Pat McAfee, I watched that joint on YouTube.
So basically, what you're saying is the summertime they're gonna do a podcast, then after the summertime, Steve Nash gonna be an assistant coach for the Lakers.
So he did say on Pat McAfee, like, he was like, don't be trying to give me no credit, or he already been a coach and whatever. You feel what I'm saying? He was like, if Steve Nash get the opportunity, whatever. Da, 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 da. But I don't know nothing about that.
Here
All I
we
know
go.
is he didn't knew.
Here we go.
I mean, but if he become an assistant coach again, what he gonna do? Not do the podcast with Steve Nash again, and then do it with somebody else?
and if I don't know, but
Steve Nash
I
could-
don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. Steve Nash was with us at on the Warriors bench for a little minute before he bounced around some more. So I don't even know. He could be coaching right now on somebody bench right
He
now. I
could
don't
be.
know.
Who knows? Yeah.
He always, you feel what I'm saying? Because Steve Nash plugged in like that in the league.
I mean, he used to coach the Nets with that little stint he had
Facts,
Exactly.
with
facts.
KD,
So-
Harden, and Kyrie.
And Kai, so
Hey man, since we talking about the NBA, I got a question for y'all, man.
what up?
Do y'all feel like the Cavaliers are the playoff team or they fluff? Y'all think all this
Playoff
shit fake,
team?
man?
What you mean by a playoff? I mean, of course they a
Definitely
playoff team.
Nah, I'm saying when they get in the playoffs,
Do you
are they
think they're a
gonna,
contender?
Contender?
yeah, are they
Like
gonna
to win?
fold? Are they? You feel what I'm saying?
Are they gonna fold?
Yeah.
What you think, Deuce?
Or you think that shit fluff? That shit just look good regular season, man.
I think they solid. I just don't think they could beat Boston.
Do you think they're gonna give Boston like a run?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
So you
But I
think
still can see Boston beating them in 6. I don't see Boston beating them no more than 6. Only because Boston been playing well without Porzingis. So
Which
I-
is crazy.
So
which they
I
always
definitely
do.
think. Yeah, I still got Boston over. I still got Boston in the East in general. But do I think Cleveland can get to? Do I think they're a contender? I do think they're a contender though. I ain't gonna lie. I think they're a contender.
okay,
That's just me.
In the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they're a contender.
like to win the East?
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're a contender to win the East.
I will say that I want to see a little bit more. Last year, I thought that they really had a good team, and I expected them to not really struggle with the Magic like they did. That series went to 6. I was expecting them to get the Magic. I love Paolo, but I was expecting them to get the Magic up out of there a lot easier, and then be a lot more, tough in the next round. But I need to see how they play in this first round. I don't know who they gonna end up playing, or like who is the 7th seed, or who gonna be that playing seed.
Yeah.
So whoever that is,
Hey man.
they gonna have to show me in that round, because
I'm
if they
about
don't
to
sweep,
say.
if they don't sweep that first round, I don't care who come out there. They've been whooping all year, so they need to sweep. And it's the East.
No cap.
They need to sweep whoever that is for me to
Yeah, some
believe
No
that they can
cap.
beat, or they can really fight with Boston.
I just feel like they might be alright, but first round, like I don't know. I think first round they're gonna be alright. Second round, it just like you said, depending on who they play. But I don't think they're gonna get OD5 if they go to the playoffs. Not if they go, they are going to the playoffs, duh. But what I'm saying is, I don't think they're gonna get OD5 in the playoffs. I just don't know why.
Who is y'all top team outside of Boston in the East?
It would have to be the Knicks.
What you think? Trip.
It's between the Knicks and the fucking Pistons.
Man,
For real,
Milwaukee.
for real.
I'm just still standing on it right now. Giannis,
Well, yeah,
smash.
they can. Yeah, Giannis can do it without Dame. I ain't
Giannis
gonna lie.
smash.
Giannis can still do it without Dame.
Giannis
I
going.
don't know if he can do it all day.
I don't know if he can
I'm
do
not
it.
saying win, but
but
you
he gonna
saying
try.
like you saying like get there. I think he could probably still get to the Eastern Conference Finals without.
I was
Dame.
about to say, I think he could still beat New York.
Yeah.
I still think he could beat the Pacers.
Yeah,
I still think he could beat Magic.
me too. That's what I'm
So
saying. I
I'm
think he
like-
can get to the Eastern Conference Finals without Dame, but I don't know if he gonna beat the Celtics without Dame.
Yeah.
So y'all like the Bucks over the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yes. With no Dame. Yes, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
With no Dame?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all still like Bucks over Knicks?
Yeah.
Because the Knicks haven't played decisive. Like on paper, their team is way better than so many teams that they haven't played that good against.
So it seemed like y'all like the Knicks over the Cavs. I like the Cavs over the Knicks.
I don't really know about the Knicks over the
I don't
Cavs.
trust the Knicks personally.
I think the Cavs can beat the Knicks,
Yeah, I think so too.
but
I think
Y'all
that
think
is
so?
I think that can go either way.
Yes.
The Cavs and the Knicks can go either way.
I definitely think I ain't gonna lie. I definitely like. I think I like Milwaukee over Cleveland.
you taking Milwaukee over
I like
New York
Milwaukee. Oh yes, most definitely. I do.
with no
I don't
Dame
like.
too,
I don't.
right?
I don't personally. I don't like New York. Nah, not
I
without
don't- I
Dame.
don't-
No.
Wait,
They
I was
need
about to say
They
no.
need Dame.
Dame is
They
out.
need Dame.
Dame is
that's
out.
Just, like without Dame, I got Cleveland over Milwaukee.
What about New
to put it in
York?
perspective. Without Dame,
Yeah.
I got New York.
What
Because
about
they real to me, all three of them close, but I just like I just don't like New York depth, and I like Cleveland and Milwaukee size, I like both of their sides, and they got
Facts.
Dame in the playoffs, so it's like they got Dame in the playoffs.
They don't.
No, the
No.
playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs.
still?
Damn out the rest of the season.
No,
I
he
think.
gone
Oh, he going for good.
till
Yeah, I
next
think
season.
till
Yeah.
next season.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think who is their point guard? Who they backup point?
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie. Porter gonna be not Bobby Portis, but
Kevin.
yeah, he gonna be snapping.
He the starter.
He would be the next man up as far as a wing.
Hey, y'all gonna joke me, but y'all know who gonna
perimeter?
step up, right?
Without Dame, I like. I
Y'all
don't-
know who gonna step
I
up.
don't
Y'all
like
gonna
without-
joke me though.
Without Dame.
Go ahead, so I can joke you.
Kyle
Kuzma?
Kuzma.
Oh yeah, I
I said
forgot they
Kuz.
had Kuz.
Nah, I ain't forget they had
Man,
Kuz.
Kuz better get the cooking, boy.
I
He
ain't
gonna get
forget
it
they had
cooking.
Kuz.
Kuz better get the
They
cooking.
just they ain't got no guard. Though.
Man, look,
Yeah, they just don't
Giannis,
got
you better drop 50-point triple doubles
no-
if you want to get
No
to the
cap.
conference finals.
Look out.
You gonna need some 50-point triple doubles again.
Yeah, I'm about to say without Dame,
You
I
gotta
still like
do
Cleveland,
it.
New York over him.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, cause New York just ain't been consistent enough, bro. They got, but still they top heavy, and they still
be tired, bro.
nah, bro. When you playing bad teams, if you're a good teams like decisively beat bad teams consistently. Yeah, I feel you do be tired, especially when you got a coach like Tibbs who gonna play you all. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna play you the whole game. I
I
get
swear
that.
we had this conversation. I never expected niggas to say they want less minutes. They really say they want less minutes.
Who?
No.
One of I don't know if it was
Bridges
I about to say it
like-
was my career Bridges, and it was a
they
couple
play-
other people.
Bro,
They was like, bro, we play the whole game type shit. Like, shit, we can take like at least some less minutes.
Mikal Bridges has played the most games
Yeah, that's what I heard.
out of everybody
Bridges.
in the past like 3 years. Out of everybody in NBA.
What they coach name
No
was
cap.
that's Tom, right?
Yeah, that's what
Thibodeau.
Yes.
Yeah, they said he
So
played.
I'm like,
he be
you
playing.
got Bridges complaining. That's how
Wicked.
you know that they tired. They more tired than Mike.
Yeah, I ain't think Bridges was gonna complain. That's the one that don't be missing games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. They got Bridges, Ananobi, Cat.
Come on, bro.
And JB.
Y'all been on the court, bro. Play a full game.
I get
Playing
it,
The whole game.
I get it,
but they just not consistent enough.
but that's
I'm
what
talking like they.
that's what
been in the gym.
timeouts for. That's what halftime for. That's what a quarter. They get TV commercial breaks, bro.
Bro, they play 82 games, bro.
So they'll be alright.
82.
That's a lot.
They'll be alright, bro.
That's a lot of games when I'm playing 48 minutes.
Set a game out then.
He not letting me. What you mean, sit a game
What you mean not letting you?
You not hurt, so you playing.
I was about to say, you telling
What you
me
mean?
he not going to let me sit for 5 minutes, but he going to let me sit out the whole game.
Right.
Oh, but Cat
That
can
makes
send out
sense.
what he want to.
See, you better break a leg. You better get hurt like Cat.
Nah. Cat be sitting out here, and Jalen Brunson be sitting out when he want to.
See, everybody not the best players. if you
That's the
Mikal
problem.
Bridges, hey,
That's the problem.
you better go and get on that court and run and jump.
I just
Nah,
don't- they ain't got
they
no
don't.
bench. I don't like the Knicks.
If
Over-
Ananobi don't,
They got
I
Bill
like
Browder,
don't
carry
don't
them.
they? Yeah, and they got
Bro,
Anunoby.
Bill
Yeah.
Rod is the only nigga I can name on the bench.
Who else they got, bro? You know they got somebody else.
I ain't gonna lie,
Probably,
bro.
they don't play Mitchell.
I don't care about their bench.
They not beating Cleveland. I don't think they not. I don't
Oh,
think
they
Hold on,
got
wait.
they got Mitchell Robinson.
Hold on, wait.
right?
Do you know why I don't care about their bench?
Why?
Because they not gonna play.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact though.
I like without Dame I like Boston and Cleveland in the East.
Nah, for sure. And Boston gon' BTA. So
Yeah.
I which I don't even want to say that, but I actually believe that because I think Cleveland, if Cleveland come out the gate sparking on that first team, whoever that is, then I'm gonna be like, all right, shut me up. Like I would love for Cleveland to prove me wrong, cause I wanted to be right last year, and they freaking proved me wrong, cause I thought they were gonna be good in the playoffs, and they won't. Well, it was decent.
Yeah, I remember you did say that. You had high hopes for him.
So, but now that we still in the NBA though, like everybody, I know we had talked about injuries last time, but we got even like more injuries. We just talking about Dame about to get surgery, LaMelo about to get surgery. You feel what I'm saying? Uh, Juju Watkins just got hurt, bro. Get well soon, Juju.
Yeah, Juju got hurt. I say, damn, Wemby out for the season.
Get well,
Wemby's out for
Juju.
the season. You feel what I'm saying?
What's the bro name? De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox, like we just tallying them up right now.
Just athletes.
Obviously, Kyrie's
Kyrie
hurt.
Irving.
You feel what I'm saying?
I think it's just the reality of sports. Like
Yeah,
And I feel like they don't
they be
take-
catching up.
the reality of sports is injuries. Like that's all it. That's what
They're
it.
just
Every time I
catching
see
up,
that,
bro.
that's just what it is. It's like dang, like everyone has to, especially the teams that's drafting and putting money on these people. They have to take into account the injuries. I feel like they do, but sometimes the way the outcome be after someone gets injured and how their career goes, sometimes it's like I feel like they didn't really like take that into account. Like, oh yeah, this person actually can get hurt and not even fulfill their contract. So I feel like it's just a reality, literally, like it's a reminder, like not to play sports in fear, but to be conscious of like injuries. Being an athlete is very real.
Just a wake up call, bro. People gotta realize that as you play, you get older. As you get older, your body ain't the same. Cause as I got older, I had to notice my body ain't the same.
But ain't even that's an age thing. Shoot, you
Yeah.
get hurt any age.
And no, I know, but still, like people still, you gotta understand when we young, we just do what we. Feel what I'm saying? Go out there, do what we do. As we get older, it's like you can't just go out there and do what you do. You still gotta stretch. You still gotta.
Facts.
All that is important. So
Yeah.
you gotta make that a good habit too. I think that could, of course, it's not gonna prevent, but it could prepare you from
For
getting
sure,
injured.
for sure. I also think that all of this is amplified by like we was talking about the other week when players is nicked or kind of hurt or having gone through something that they potentially could play through, or like back in the day,
Oh,
like
yeah,
they
and
would
keep
play through
playing,
that,
Yeah.
but they not. Like we was just talking about Cat and Jalen Brunson, a sit out when they might be able to play, but then when we see somebody like Kyrie really get hurt and got to sit down, or like Damian or like Wemby, they having blood clots and stuff like that, like, or they need some surgery, then that's like like that's the other end of the spectrum from our perspective, because it's like they obviously can't play through that. So it's like we feel for them.
That ain't no minor injury.
But that's not a minor injury, but we see other players not playing through minor injuries, and as fans, we noticing that. You feel what I'm saying? So it just, it almost makes it worse when these other players is getting hurt and they can't play through it. That other players is kind of wasting these games.
I think it's gonna affect their contracts eventually.
Mm.
Like or like clauses like
You think they're gonna start putting injury clauses in the jump?
injury clauses or like their contract just might not be guaranteed. Whereas like
If you get
if
hurt.
if you get
okay.
hurt, like you get the bread that you got. But
That makes
all
sense. They're
of
gonna
the whole-
have to
It might
though.
not be guaranteed throughout the whole. If you have an injury within your, you know what I mean. I ain't trying to give them no ideas, but
Nah, facts. But I mean that only. But I think that I don't know. I agree.
I just think it's gonna end up affecting
It only makes
contracts.
sense, bro. They're gonna try to keep as much money as they can.
Well, I mean, some injuries is different though, like, cause then it's gonna be hard for them to differentiate between like the time when folks can play and then time when folks can't play. And so
So
I
that
feel
just
like the
might be
rules
a-
should be different for
It
that.
might just be a minimum clause, and like you got, you know how they do, like you like got to play this certain amount of games, just like you got to play a certain amount of games to qualify for the All-Star game. I mean,
Exactly.
well,
Or
for the
certain
team,
for All
awards
NBA.
and all that.
All NBA and stuff. So I think they might. I don't know. Could they probably already do it? If
They
being real.
for some players, I'm sure. Like for a player like Embiid, I'll be like, nah, you got to play S amount of games to get this type of guarantee,
Exactly.
and that's in my contract.
Because basketball, you see it the most in basketball where they sit down the most.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's going
They
to
be
affect their
sitting,
contracts. And probably not in a good way. It could probably, it could end up being a win-win, but I think anything outside of a guaranteed contract that they was getting is negative, if that makes sense. It's basically going the opposite direction.
Facts.
Hmm.
Not saying they might get the same amount of money, but it just might not be guaranteed, depending on like how many games they play in the season, and basically how many games they play in the season. 'Cause even if they got hurt, whether it's minor or not, the minor injuries still count towards how many games you missed. On top of, you might end up having an ACL type shit. You missed a whole year. On top of missing the start of the next year, that's going into the minimum games you played. So like,
Facts.
I think it might be more negative than positive, because like, damn, even though I'm hurt and then play these minimum amount of games, the fact that my contract guaranteed, I still get all that bread. But if I gotta play a minimum amount of games, that's basically saying I gotta stay healthy in order to
So
get
I'm gonna try my
all
hardest
money.
to stay healthy.
I
True.
mean, and a whole bunch of players been, you feel what I'm saying, eating off that. I know everybody remember years ago a running joke was John Wall was
John
just,
Wall.
you know what I'm saying. You already knew what I was about to say, so that was a running joke because you feel John Wizzy was just John Wall was just sitting here chilling. You know what I'm saying, just like John Wall is on the bench. You know what I'm saying,
Reese's
collecting a
Puffs.
check,
Definitely was collecting that check though.
nice chest.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him either.
I mean, that's what Ben
And
Simmons
he was hurt.
doing.
Yeah,
But see, Ben
too.
Simmons, that's like
That ain't no
was
different.
Ben hurt?
Yeah, mentally.
Yeah.
That
What's
ain't
the
no
difference?
difference.
Hey, well,
It's not no difference. He was hurt.
You can't play through that.
No,
he
it's
won't
hard.
playing and getting paid for it.
Okay.
He can't.
That's why I
He
was
can't
asking.
shoot through
Okay.
that. For real.
You can't shoot through
He
that.
can pass though. Definitely.
Mental health awareness.
It's
Man,
very
the Clippers
important,
looking
bro.
real good right now. That's
Make
all
sure
I
y'all
freaking know.
keep up with y'all mental, bro. Shout out Ben Simmons, man. He taught me a lot. I know what to do. Learned a lot from that young man. I ain't gonna lie.
What else you learn?
Yeah,
from
what do you learn?
Ben
Yeah.
Yeah, what you learn from Ben?
to pass first. Don't
Watch
get-
them highlights on the video right before this one, actually, for real.
Yeah,
For real.
pass first.
And
I
see if
learned
you
that from
pass
Ben.
first.
Definitely pass first.
But
How
but
y'all
yeah.
feel about the Grizzlies head coach getting fired though, man?
that joint just happened today.
Right now, today.
The fact that he was there for 6 seasons since Ja rookie season.
Since Ja rookie season. This the
I think
only.
it's
the
kind
only
of.
That
Coach, he
means y'all
don't.
don't want him no more. That's the
I
only
think-
thing I could think of.
I think it's kind of surprising, and that may be true. But I do think it's kind of surprising because they still top 4 in the West.
Bro, they are currently
They
44 and
they-
29.
They never all play together. Somebody's always
Fact,
hurt.
somebody is always hurt. Though. I ain't
So
gonna
I'm like,
lie.
I think he did a pretty good job. Like, shout out to him. But hey, he gone for whatever reason.
Man, folks was mad when they had fired Mike Brown. And this was before the All-Star game. You feel what I'm saying? They done fired the Grizzly coach, and they got 10 games left. So they
Yeah,
about to
that's
go into the
wild.
playoffs, and they
But
the
no
5th
coach.
seed with a brand new coach.
It might be Steve Nash.
It might be.
Nah, they always let it.
Sorry, no, it's gonna be like an intern coach that's
Yeah.
already on their bench or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
But nah, that's crazy. Something that we really don't really see in basketball. Not this late in the
Shit.
season.
Well, no, not this
Not
late.
this late
Nah,
in the
not this
season.
late.
But I don't know. Like John said, I think that it is Ja that really, you know what I'm saying?
I would just, throwing spaghetti at the wall. I don't know.
Cause if your star player don't want this to happen, it's not gonna. I don't care what kind of.
Is he the star
I
player
don't
right
care
now?
what. Either way,
Is he the star player?
either way, he's the team leader.
Or is it Jaren Jackson team right now?
I still think this team move with
That's
Ja.
team.
I just had to test y'all. Okay.
And so, if the team don't want this to happen, this not gonna happen. Cause y'all about to go into the playoffs and play the 4th seed, whoever that may be, if they the 5th seed. So, it's like, hey man, this better work. Y'all better not if y'all get cut in this first round by whoever it is. Ooh, that's gonna be a bad look.
Honestly, when you
It
make a
better
move,
work,
when you
man.
make a move like that, I don't think you expect a long playoff run personally.
Nah. Cause I don't
If
think
that
they
makes
expected
sense.
nothing out of Nico. So it's just like
I mean, then why would they just waste this good? This was a good year with that they really like could make a good push. Ja has not really played the best that he's ever played, but he ain't played like trash, and he's been hurt, and they still is fifth.
I don't know, bro.
Like they wasting this.
That's
They
the-
wasting this year.
That's above our pay grade. Like, I don't.
That's crazy.
We don't know the internal affairs. You see the Mavs.
Oh,
you
but I
see
said
the
we got
Mavs
some
did.
crazy executives this year.
So we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
yeah,
Man,
man, something going on. Something ain't right in the air, man.
you gotta read between the lines.
But sometimes if you read between the lines, you're gonna read what you don't want to see. So good luck.
But at least we can read though. Nah, I
Can
mean,
you?
They trying to disrespect.
I ain't disrespecting you, bro. I just asking a quick
I
little
can't
question,
read,
bro.
even though the United States, you know what I'm saying, Department of Education taught me everything I know.
Sure.
Oh, okay. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That just me though.
Yeah, he lying.
That's why I want them to believe, you know what I mean? 9 times.
I hate it, man. Hey, Joe, I got a question for you though.
What's that?
Anything you gotta get off your chest, my boy?
Man, first and foremost, bro, this some sad news, you know what I mean, that I heard right before we started.
Yeah.
I heard
It's a
Scooter
sad way to wrap up the pod,
passed
but
away.
we gotta
You
go
know what I
out
mean?
like this.
Scooter.
Definitely R.I.P.
R.I.P. on Scooter, man.
Scooter. Another.
Definitely
another
gotta stop the violence. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Had to
R.I.P. to
come to
Scooter,
y'all
man.
lot. R.I.P. to Scooter, you know what I mean? Y'all please stay safe out there always, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe this,
Subscribe.
you know what I mean? Comment
Subscribe.
under R.I.P. Scooter.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. And comment and tell me
Subscribe.
if y'all actually believe in the Cavs.
Subscribe.
Deuce, anything you gotta get off your chest, folks?
Subscribe.
Nah, not really. Not really.
Subscribe.
Just, oh yeah, I do got something.
Oh,
What did
he
he
lied. He lied. That mean he lied.
I did lie. I'm sorry.
Nigga
ain't
be
sorry.
Like,
welling.
comment,
Nigga be
subscribe.
welling his ass on.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Oh,
That's
matter of
all
fact, I
I gotta get
forgot.
off my
I got
chest.
two things to get off my chest.
Is he
One,
willing?
hey, look, no, hold on.
Yeah,
One,
that's the one.
shout out G Herbo, bro.
I
Cause
didn't even ask you
shout
what you had
out,
to
shout
get off your
out,
chest.
shout out. I know I asked myself, but look, shout out G Herbo, cause he dropped a song named Norfolk, and he said I got some
Shout
shit
out
that'll
G
reach you
Herbo.
from Norfolk to Chesapeake. He
Chesapeake.
shout out Chesapeake, bro.
Okay,
Niggas don't
yo,
even know.
shout
I know
out.
every
Nah,
other
no
city
cap,
mad
though.
right now, bro.
No cap,
Every
though.
other
Man,
city
that's
mad,
crazy.
cause y'all know
Low-key,
Chesapeake
though.
or Norfolk. It's
Y'all
cool.
think so?
Yeah, I
I
hate it.
low-key do
Yeah,
think
I
so,
hate it.
yes.
And
yes.
my other
No cap.
other last thing to get off my chest is, man, Kentrell is home. He about to go on tour, so make sure y'all save y'all money to go to the YB tour, man. And tour
Amen.
dates coming soon, y'all. Hey, y'all be safe in these streets. Roma Pod out, man.
Rumble Pod out.